What is up, Montana sports fans? You've just stepped into Wide Left Sports, where the stories are real, the passion is loud, and the athletes come first. This isn't just another sports show. This is Montana. Small towns, big dreams, long nights, early mornings, and people who flat out love the game. From Friday night lights to summer ball under the sun, from gym floors to turf fields. If it matters here, we're talking about it. Today's episode is another chance to give Montana athletes the mic and let them tell their story the right way. So settle in, turn it up, and get ready, because this is Wide Left Sports. But first, here's a word from our sponsors. Wide Left Sports is proudly sponsored by TDS Fiber, bringing fast, reliable internet to Billings and beyond. Whether you're streaming the big game, uploading content, or just trying to keep the whole house connected, TDS Fiber delivers the speed you need without the lag. Check availability in your neighborhood and make the switch today. TDS Fiber, internet built for real life. Hello, welcome to Wide Left Sports. Today I am joined by, I'm going to say, the creator of the Swinging for Shelter event that is coming up here in Billings, Austin Peters. Austin, how are you doing today?
Good. Yourself?
I am doing really good, really good. So my first question for you, Austin, is kind of give us a rundown of what this event is.
Yeah, so Swinging for Shelter is all to benefit Tumbleweed's mission of getting kids off the street in the attempt that we're going to try and fund a overnight emergency shelter so these kids can get a good night's sleep. So that's why we called it Swinging for Shelter. And how are we going to get people to come together for a common purpose? We built a floating platform green that'll be out in the middle of the pond on 18 at Eagle Rock Golf Course. Western Security Bank has become the title sponsor of the event and was able to fund the hole-in-one challenge prize money of $10,000. So a huge draw there. If somebody can get a hole-in-one, pretty nice check. We're anticipating about 300 to 500 attendees. Hope to really make a big splash in the Billings market here, and our goal for fundraising would be somewhere in the 8 to 10,000 range. So really trying to make a difference here.
Wow. So a few follow-up questions. I know, Austin, you're fairly new to Billings, and you're coming in, starting this awesome event, which is super needed in our community. What has it meant to you to have places like Western Security and Eagle Rock, put that trust in you to put this on and have a good event with you being fairly new to our community?
Right, exactly. A little backstory on how I came up with this idea. I was previously a golf course superintendent, and in that career path, I was able to go down to New Zealand for a winter season. I was in Queenstown. As I made my way up the island coming out, I saw at Lake Taupo, there's actually a hole-in-one event that mirrors what I have created here stateside. So I thought that was a really interesting concept that hasn't been implemented on our side of the pond. So that's initially where I got the idea of the event. As to getting the trust of people in our community, this all started probably, I think I started laying the groundwork in February, reaching out to local golf courses in the area. And I spoke to Dane Martinson. His family owns and operates Eagle Rock Golf Course out there in Shepherd. And it took a couple times having the conversation about what I was trying to build. It's a pretty outlandish concept when you think about it. But he saw the vision and he was like, sure, let's make it happen. So it's taken a lot of professionalism on my part to engage people into what this could be. And I must have presented it in a way that people agreed that this would bring the community together for a great cause.
That's awesome. And then, obviously you are benefiting a great community advocate in Tumbleweed
Mm-hmm.
and just a great community organization. What is it that drew you to Tumbleweed that made you want to have this event that benefits them?
Yeah, so for me, I'm a big advocate of mental health. Unfortunately, in my upbringing, I lost both of my parents by the age of 7, which, uh, if that were to happen to anyone, there would obviously be some mental health issues there, which I kind of put on the back burner like most do until I got to my mid 20s, was married to my wife, started having kids, and sought out the help of a professional. And it's really changed my perspective on how I operate. It takes a lot of effort and planning and focus to create an event like this and run your own business. And I think that's a testament to me working on myself, mental health problems. And I want that to translate as me being a important role model for the people at Tumbleweed that really need that reassurance that you can get out of this trough you're in. It's just going to take a little more effort.
I love that. So, with this, being an idea since February, we're coming into
Mhm.
July now, and I know it's coming up soon, your event. Um, what has the workload been like for you to plan this event, have Eagle Rock get involved, have Western Security get involved, and have all these moving pieces along with the idea of what you wanted to do?
Right. So ultimately, first and foremost, you got to have a venue for the event. So when Rock said, "Yeah, we give you the thumbs up, go out there and find a title sponsor," and I think that was really the next challenge that I had to tackle in making this event have a purpose for people to come to. So that $10,000 is really the draw to say, "Hey, let's all come together for a great cause." And you know, I I hope somebody gets it, but I don't, because that's more money in the pocket for Tumbleweed to use elsewhere. And I will say also a little twist that we're working on when this becomes an annual event is if nobody gets the $10,000 this year, we're gonna kitty it into next year and add on top of that. So maybe, yeah. So a fun little twist there that in the event nobody gets it, we'll have a bigger pot next year.
That's awesome. So, for golfers and spectators that want to come and watch this thing, how can they do that? How much is it? How can they support you even if they're not able to make the event?
Yeah, so we've been operating from a Facebook event page, just getting started here in the first year. And within that Facebook event page, I also have a ticketing site through SimpleTix. And that's where you can hit the registration button. There's different options. So everybody attending the event will pay a $10 general admission charge. If you want to participate in the golf challenge itself, you will get 10 balls for $20. And those are basically the two options that we have apart from charitable giving. I also have another tab open in that registration where if you just want to give a few bucks to the cause, you can definitely do so. You don't have to be there, but the mission is still there if you would like to contribute.
That's awesome. So, you mentioned wanting to make this a yearly thing, which I think Billings definitely needs something like this yearly, but we also have multiple golf courses around town. There's Eagle
Mhm.
Rock, there's Yegan, there's Yellowstone, there's Briarwood, just to name a few that I can think of off the top of my head. Um, is this something that you would think about, maybe doing multiple a year and having them at these different locations around town, to make it to where literally every part of town could be a part of this if they aren't able to make it up to Eagle Rock for whatever reason?
Yeah, that's a fair point. And, as we're doing the pilot program here, I'm not going to say I've spent much thought getting into that because I've been so swamped with just trying to make this one happen. So, if we have a really good turnout, there's a lot of buzz and people want more of this, we will definitely make it happen. But uh, let's see how this first year pans out and we can go from there.
For sure, I get that. And so one of the things that I know you're having at the event beyond obviously the hole in one challenge is you're having some food trucks there as well. And so talk to me about that aspect of it and how it isn't just the competition of getting the hole in one and how it's really a whole event.
Yeah, so we really, like I said, trying to create a fun, engaging way for people to come out and have a good time for a minimal cost. And, golf isn't a very approachable sport to begin with. It can be viewed as snooty or elite or, so trying to create something like this event that isn't a traditional format. You don't have to spend 4 to 6 hours of your day there roasting in the sun. It really gives the person that wouldn't think about going to a golf event the opportunity to go to the back patio. The bar's going to be open if you would like to indulge a little bit, but not too much. We got we got the food trucks that put a whole nother aspect on it. Just creating that local vibe where we kind of get a taste of Billings, a little bit of both worlds. And if we do have an amazing turnout, there's a driving range as far as I can see that would have opportunities in the years to come where we could expand this into something that's more of a yearly festival, and the hole in one event is more of the spectacle for people to come and watch.
That's awesome. And so let's talk a little bit about your background in golf because obviously to have this idea and to even know about it, because to be honest, I didn't know that they had these kind of competitions. Um, what is your background in golf and where is it taking you? I know you said you went to New Zealand for a summer. And so where is it taking you just with your life and the game of golf?
Yeah, so golf started for me at the age of 15. I'd just thrown my arm out when I was playing select ball at a young age. Closer, a lot of curveballs. Shouldn't have done it.
Sounds
Um,
about right. My brother did the
y-
same thing.
yep, yep. So transitioned to golf, a little less intensive on my body, and started working on the grounds crew at a local country club. I did that job throughout high school, 5 a.m. mornings, going out there and cutting greens like Caddyshack. It definitely created some structure in my life, um, and decided to make a career out of it. So I went to Rutgers. They have a 2 year certificate program for turf management, so agronomy per se. Went out, did that, and my main focus was working at high end resort courses. So I was working at Whistling Straits, Bandon Dunes. I was a super at Ozarks National. And after a couple more jobs, the corporate structure, the becoming a father and needing to have a flexible work life really transitioned me into this new season of life as a realtor. And I've always dubbed myself as your real estate caddy. So that's kind of the golf niche that I want to fall into. Is I like to play golf competitively, 8 handicap, love the game, love everything that it's given me in life, and I get to enjoy it from the other side where I'm not taking care of the grounds, but I'm the guy that's golfing now. So,
I love that. So then, with all of your stops and everything that you've done with the game of golf, where's the favorite round that you've gotten to play?
um, hmm. I'm a sucker for Bandon Dunes. I spent a year out there on the Oregon coast, and there's nothing like it. It's heaven on earth for any golfer. I would highly recommend if you have any passion for the game.
That's awesome. And so then, now you mentioned you're into real estate, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to touch on that a little bit too, because, um, obviously that's what you're doing now. And so, um, what has that been like for you? Your short bit that you've been here, getting into the real estate market here in Billings.
Yeah, it's a very cutthroat business, and there's some pretty big players here in town where, I just need to start from somewhere, get my name out in a positive way and fashion where my reputation will do the work for me eventually. And I think not losing sight of your morals, um, be an ethical person, and ultimately in the long run, I think that'll pay off in dividends. So just got to focus on being a good person, and the business will come.
For sure. And so then, as we're kind of wrapping up here, Austin, again, just give us the times and dates of the event. And then, obviously, it's benefiting Tumbleweed. So come on out and support a great
Mm-hmm.
organization, but give us the times and dates of where that's going to be.
Yeah, so this is going to be on July 11th from 6 to 9 p.m. Registration opens at 5:15, and we are trying to have the golf challenge start right at 6. First year, so we're going to work through the logistics and hopefully don't create too many bottlenecks. Bear with us. But yeah, it'll be fun. Come hungry. We got the food trucks. We got Temptations Pizza. Tastes so good. Pops Tots, and Penguin Vampire for our lineup. So a little bit of everything, and the bar will be open. So hope you can join us.
Okay, well, now you got me curious because I've heard of three of them, but I've
Yeah.
never heard of Penguin Vampire. So, what kind of
So
food are they?
Penguin Vampire is our sweet treat for the night. So they do shaved ice, and they have some pretty fun options.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I am looking forward to that. I believe I am free that night, so I will more than likely pop over and come on out.
Would love to see you
Um,
there.
yes, so July 11th, 6 to 9, over at Lake Hills up in the Heights. That is
Nope,
awesome.
nope. Eagle Rock. Eagle Rock Golf
Eagle Rock.
Course.
I'm sorry, I got it mixed up. My bad.
Nope, you're good. That's all.
E-
Yep, Eagle Rock Golf Course. Don't show up to Lake Hills.
don't show up to Lake Hills. Eagle Rock. My bad.
Got it. Yep, yep.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Well, awesome, Austin. I want to thank you so much for coming on and talking about your event, and I hope it is a massive success.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course.
All right.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Wide Left Sports. If you liked what you heard, hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend, and keep spreading the word, because this platform grows when Montana sports fans show up for other Montana athletes. These stories matter, the work matters, and the passion around sports in this state is something truly special. Huge thank you to our sponsors for helping us make this possible, and thank you for listening, supporting, and riding with us. We've got more conversations coming, more athletes to highlight, and more Montana stories to tell. Until next time, keep supporting local sports, keep cheering loud, and keep it right here with Wide Left Sports.